Many trainers will say that only a few are lucky enough to have had a horse that will continue to be referenced years after they have hung up their bridle for the last time. This can easily be said about Longview Sundance, who is credited with modernizing the English pleasure division. He created a standard that raised the bar, and we are honored to induct Sundance into the Show Horse Hall of Fame. Longview Sundance was bred by Dean and Virginia Kakamas in New York. Foaled in 1975 by Tiger Allen out of Gallant Geraldine, Sundance was sold as a 2-year-old to Rachel Crispell. He was in training to Leo Lavave when he was purchased by Dom and Claudia Orlandi as a 4-year-old. Sundance was working as a park harness horse, but Bonnie Sogoloff could see that he was not happy in his role. So she asked if she could make this big fancy stallion a pleasure horse. This was radical thinking at the time, as pleasure horses were not as respected as park horse, especially those headed for the breeding shed. All that was needed for this grand stallion was a lighter toe, and as Bonnie says, a star was born. Sundance was a very gifted trotting horse, and his get were the same way. His show career spanned from 1979 through 1984, during which he won 8 champion and reserve titles at the Grand Nationals. This charismatic stallion was crowned World Champion English Pleasure in 1980, 1981, and 1982, as well as Reserve World Champion Pleasure Driving in 1982. He went on to sire 98 registered horses, with many following in his iconic footsteps. Bonnie says, Sundance broke the glass ceiling for pleasure horses, and the modern English pleasure division we have today is a result of this groundbreaking individual. Sundance put on a show every time he hit the ring. At the time, she was unaware of what legend this grand stallion would be for years to come. One of the fantastic things about him is the universal critical acclaim he generated among horse lovers of all breeds. Sundance became the first Morgan to grace the cover of Saddle and Bridle magazine, which he did a total of 3 times. When he was 32 years old, he made his final appearance at the Grand Old Champions event at the New England Horse Show. And Bonnie and daughter Keely led him around the ring. People flocked to the rail to reach over and touch him, tears in their eyes at the presence of this star. When asked about her favorite memory with Sundance, Bonnie claimed it was the ride in the inaugural Symphony of Horses held at the UPHA Chapter 14 Horse Show in 1986. Showcasing his powerful trot and ring presence, Sundance captivated the audience the whole performance. Longview Sundance was transferred to Bonnie's ownership in 1993 and lived out the rest of his life at her Cedar Springs farm in Vermont. Sundance was laid to rest in 2007 at age 32. We cannot thank this horse enough for the legacy and impact he has left on the Morgan horse. We are honored to induct him into our Show Horse Hall of Fame.